Hello students! Welcome to another session with me. Now I have a question for you all. Is English your first language or your mother tongue? Well, it is my second language. And for most of us, English is the second or even the third language that we learn. So it is natural that while we learn, we make mistakes. So here I have for you 7 common mistakes that people make while speaking in English and how to avoid them. Here's the first one. Misusing prepositions. Prepositions like in, on and at can be tricky to use correctly. Make sure to use the right preposition for the situation. In is used to indicate being enclosed or surrounded by something or being inside a larger area. For example, she's in the classroom or I am in a library. On is used to indicate being in contact with or attached to a surface. Example, the book is on the table. At is used to indicate a specific location or time. Example, I will meet you at the library at 3 p.m. Now let's take this sentence. I was in the plane at 5. Sounds wrong, doesn't it? That's because it should be I was on the plane at 5. But when it is a car, it is I will wait in the car. So for planes, we use on, and for taxis, cars and helicopters, we use in. The second point is we've got a problem here. Overusing filler words. You know these pesky little words like that people tend to use when they're not sure what to say or how to say it. Well, they can make you sound unsure and unprepared. And honestly, they can be super annoying for your listener too. But don't worry, there's an easy fix. Just practice pausing instead. Pausing gives you a chance to gather your thoughts and it can actually add emphasis and structure to your speech. Plus, it makes you look super confident and in control. And if you're not sure when you're using those filler words, just ask a friend to listen to you or record yourself while speaking. Once you know when you tend to use filler words, you can work on getting rid of them. Here's the third one. Ignoring contractions. Using contractions like don't or won't is a common way to speak English. Sometimes people don't like to use contractions because they think it sounds too casual or maybe unprofessional. But actually, using contractions can make your speech sound more natural and just easy to understand. Unless it's a formal setting, not using contractions can make your sentences sound stiff and unnatural. So don't be afraid to use those contractions. Here are some examples. I don't like mushrooms on my pizza. She won't be able to make it to the party tonight. They've been working on this project for weeks. He's always late to our meetings. We can't wait to go on vacation next month. You'll love this movie. It's really funny. Alright, next mistake, mispronouncing certain words. Mischievous. Many people pronounce this word as mischievous with an extra syllable in the middle. However, the correct pronunciation is mischievous with only 3 syllables. Another such word is etc. There is no other word in the English language that begins with the sound etc, which is why lots of people pronounce it as though it was spelled etc or etc. But the correct pronunciation is etc. Say it with me. Etc. Etc. You can look up more commonly mispronounced words and just learn. Next mistake, overusing very. Have you ever noticed how often we use the word very in our daily conversations? It's a common word that we tend to overuse and it can become a crutch for our language. While very can be helpful to emphasize a point or add intensity to a sentence, there are better alternatives to use that can make our language more precise and expressive. Let's take a closer look at how we can replace very with better words. Replace very good with excellent or superb. For example, that was a very good performance can be replaced with that was an excellent performance. Replace very tired with exhausted or weary. For example, I am very tired after studying all day can be replaced with I'm exhausted after studying all day. Replace very easy with effortless or simple. For example, that was a very easy question can be replaced with that was an effortless question. By replacing very with more descriptive and specific words, we can make our language more powerful and interesting. Here's the next mistake. Mixing up since and for. Take the sentence. I have been living here since 3 years. Is it correct or incorrect? It's incorrect. It should be I have been living here for 3 years. We use for to express the length or the duration of time something has been happening. For example, I have been a doctor for 5 years. And we use since to express the point when something started happening, which is still happening today. For example, I have been a doctor since 2016. So the difference between for and since is for a duration and since for a point of time. Let's look at another example. I have been studying for 2 hours. Now, I have been studying since 10 o'clock this morning. Hope that the difference is clear to you. Next mistake, subject-verb agreement. Look at this sentence. Is it correct or incorrect? One of the cars are late. It's incorrect. A singular subject needs a singular verb. Since we're talking about one of the cars, it should be is. One of the cars is late. But remember, collective nouns are words that imply more than one person but are considered singular. Some examples are group, team, committee, family, and class. Example, my family are here is incorrect. It should be my family is here. So the conclusion is nobody speaks English 100% correctly at all times. But by seeking out lists of common errors like this one, you've put yourself on track to speak with as much accuracy as possible. I will see you next time. You take care.